सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। अस्मद्गुरुचरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः। सर्ववेदान्तसिद्धान्तगोचरन्तमगोचरं गोविन्दं परमानन्दं सद्गुरुं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। दुर्लभं त्रयमेवैतद् देवानुग्ररहेतुकं मनुष्यत्वं मुमुक्षुत्वं महापुरुषसंश्रयः। लब्ध्वा कथञ्चिन्नरजन्म दुर्लभं तत्रापि पुंस्त्वं श्रुतिपारदर्शनम्। यस्त्वात्ममुक्त्येन यतेतमूढधीः सह्यात्मः स्वं विनिहत्य सद्ग्रहात्। पठन्तु शास्त्राणि यजन्तु देवान् कुर्वन्तु कर्माणि भजन्तु देवताः। आत्मैक्यबोधेन विना विमुक्तिः न सिद्ध्यति ब्रह्मशतान्तरेऽपि। चित्तस्य शुद्धये कर्म न तु वस्तूपलब्धये। वस्तुसिद्धिर्विचारेण न किञ्चित् कर्म कोटिभिः। अतो विचारः कर्तव्यः जिज्ञासोरात्मवस्तुनः। समासाद्य दया सिन्धुं गुरुं ब्रह्मविदुत्तमम्। अधिकारिणामाशास्ते फलसिद्धिर्विशेषतः। उपायादेशकालाद्याः सन्त्यस्मिन् सहकारिणः। साधनान्यत्र चत्वारि कथितानि मनीषिभिः। येषु सत्स्वेव सन्निष्ठा यदभावेन सिद्ध्यति। आदौ नित्यानित्यवस्तुविवेकः परिगण्यते। इहामुत्र फलभोगविरागस्तदनन्तरम्। क्षमादिषट्कसम्पत्तिः मुमुक्षुत्वमिति स्फुटम्। ब्रह्मसत्यं जगन्मिथ्या इत्येवं रूपविनिश्चयः। सोऽयं नित्यानित्यवस्तुविवेकः समुदाहृतः। तद्वैराग्यं जिहासाय दर्शनश्रवणादभिः। देहादिब्रह्मपर्यन्ते ह्यनित्ये भोगवस्तुनि। Okay. Right. So last time we saw चित्तस्य शुद्धये कर्म न तु वस्तूपलब्धये वस्तुसिद्धिर्विचारेण न किञ्चित् कर्मकोटिभिः। अतो विचारः कर्तव्यः। ओके। जिज्ञासा जिज्ञासोरात्मवस्तुनः। समासाद्य दया सिन्धुं गुरुं ब्रह्मविदुत्तमम्. And then we came into adhikaritvam. Adhikarinam आशास्ते फल सिद्धिर्विशेषतः। So what is the most important and the primary requirement is adhikarinam ashaste. The eligibility is the most primary thing. Phala siddhir visheshataha, especially to get the phala siddhi, to get the benefit of what is being planned. If you need that benefit, then you need to have adhikaritvam, which is the main eligibility criteria. For that, upaya deshakaladhyaha santyasmin sahakarinaha. So the main requirement or the main eligibility criteria is adhikaritvam one should have. All the other things are subservient or supporting one. The upayaha, which is desha, kala, etc., they are all asmin sahakarinaha, they are only the hygiene factor and supporting. But the main is the eligibility. Okay. Now, what is this adhikaritva? So he explains what is adhikaritvam in the next one. Sadhananyatra chatvari kathitani manishibihi yeshu satsveva sannishtha yad abhave na siddhyati. Okay. Manishibihi sadhanani atra chatvari kathitani. Manishibihi. Manishibihi is coming out of the word called Manisha. Manisha is the one who is got complete sense control, is called Manisha. Okay. So Manishibihi, that means rishis. The wise rishis have told, Manishibihi, what have they told? Kathitani sadhanani anyatra chatvari. There are 4 sadhanas which are very, very essential, which is called as adhikaritvam. So the 4 sadhanas which are important are the main ones which are going to give that qualification of adhikaritvam. And these 4, what are the wise people saying? Yeshu satsveva sannishtha. Yeshu satsu eva sannishtha. Yeshu saptami bahuvachanam. Yeshu yad. Yeshu. And here it is neutral gender. Yeshu satsu. These 4, in whoever it is there, in whoever these 4 are there, satsu, sannishtha, in full measure. Are we able to get this? So one who is endowed with all this 4 in complete measure or in full a lot of measure, then for them this particular phalam they will get. Phala siddhir visheshataha, he has told in the earlier. So if the eligibility of these 4 are there in complete measure, then the person will get the phala. Okay. This is Sati Saptami, it is called. Conditional situation. If it is there, you will get the benefit. And he gives the other one, Yad abhave, if it is not there, you will not get the benefit. So it is not an optional thing to have sadhananyatra chatvari. Chatvari sadhanani yatra is a bare minimum necessary condition. You understand? Only if that condition is satisfied, you will get sannishtha. The nishtha in sat you will get. What is that sannishtha? Sannishtha is Phala Siddhihi. What do you mean by Sannishta? Is it getting too technical? Are you able to understand or not? So, here he says very clearly there are four qualities which one person needs to have, or four things which a person needs to have. If these four are there in complete full measurement, you will get the desired end result, which is Sannishta. When you are established in it, you will get Phala Siddhihi. But if it is not there, Yad Abhave na Siddhyati, you will not get any benefit out of it. What does it mean? I may have the knowledge, I may have all the various other things except these four. It is not going to benefit. Okay. Now he has put this as a necessary and sufficient condition. So if you have this, will you get the knowledge? No. He says when you have this, the knowledge will fructify. If you don't have this, even if you have knowledge, it will not fructify. समझ में आ रहा है? That is how he is putting it. Which means that you may have how much ever, you may be an expert. That is why he says, Patantu Shastrani, Yajantu Devata. You may have everything perfectly okay. Sadhananyatra Chatvari not there. Yad Abhave, moksha not possible. So, this becomes a primary necessary condition for jnana. Moksha comes with jnanam. Jnanam fructifies only when the ground is properly tilled and taken care, and preparation of the ground before you sow. When will you get the right produce? One is the quality of the seed is there. But if the quality of seed is put in a very bad ground, you will not get it. So you have to prepare the ground first. So the best quality of the ground with the best quality of the seed will give you the best produce. Okay. So if you say that I will only have sadhananyatra chatvari, I will get sannishta, the answer is no. The seed has to be sown, which is jnanam has to be there. You should get it from a guru. But only the seed given by the guru without preparing the ground, if it is done, that will also not fructify. That is why he says, Yad abhave na siddhyati. In the absence of preparation of the ground, which is sadhananyatra chatvari, if it is there in full measure, it benefits the jnanam and you will get sannishta. If it is not there, then that jnanam becomes a waste. Please understand, the jnanam has become a waste. Are you able to clearly understand how he is putting it this? Okay. Now what is sadhananyatra chatvari? Four sadhanas, which we all know, the 4 Ds. Discrimination, dispassion, discipline and desire. Correct? The 4 Ds, which we have seen in Tattva Bodha. Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka, Ihamutrartha Phalabhoga Viragaha, Shamadhi Shatka Sampatti, Mumukshutva. These are the 4. Out of that, the third one is a cluster of 6. Shama, Dama, Uparama, Stitiksha, Shraddha, Samana, Samadhanascheti. Clear? So now he is going to talk about the 4. And these 4 are very well known to you all because it is now a revision. Nothing new. Correct? It is a revision of these 4 together is called what? Any other technical name you remember? Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti. Other than that, any other name? In Bhagavad Gita, what is this called? Hmm? Come on. See, Jnanam doesn't work. For the Jnanam to work, the ground should be ready. Even if the Jnanam is there inside, still it is not fructifying. Are you able to get it? Why? The ground is not prepared. In Bhagavad Gita, this is called Karma Yoga. Yes or no? Yes, Karma Yoga. Karma Yogena Vidan Jnana Yoga na siddhyati. Okay. Without Karma Yoga, Jnanam is impossible. Without Jnanam, Karma is incomplete. I only prepare the ground, but I don't sow the seed. Waste of time. Correct? So I need to prepare the ground and I need to sow the seed also. So first is preparing of the ground, which is called Karma Yoga. Then Guru will sow the seed of Jnana Yoga. Shravanam Anana Nididhyasana, and that is how it is going to give you the fruit called Phala Siddhyati. That is what he has mentioned earlier. Is it clear? Okay. Now, Yad Abhave na Siddhyati, very clearly he has told. Now we will see what is Sadhanani Atra Chatvari. So first he says, if four are there, there is a sequence. Adau, first. Nitya Vastu Vivekaha Pariganyate. Okay. What is Ganana? Count. Pariganyate means count what you understand by Nitya Vastu and Anitya Vastu. That should be the first in the count. Adau Pariganyate. The first in the count comes as Nitya Vastu. No. I first will get Vairagyam, then I will understand what is Nitya Vastu. Is it possible? Is it possible? Why?
You need to know what to detach from. Vairagyam from. Like what is Anitya?
So you are detaching from?
Anitya.
Exactly is Vairagya. Okay, detaching from Atma don't say. Detaching from Anitya is Vairagya. So for that you should know what is Nitya and Anitya. And that is why the first step is Viveka. Ability to discriminate between Nitya Vastu and Anitya Vastu. Okay. So he just gives Nitya Vastu Viveka. So it is not just Viveka. Viveka is N-A Viveka. Nitya Anitya Vastu Viveka. Correct? Okay. What is Viveka? Is it knowledge or is it wisdom?
Wisdom.
Why wisdom? What is the difference between wisdom and knowledge?
The ability to differentiate. It's not, it's just the ability to differentiate.
And what does knowledge? Only if you have knowledge, what it does?
You know it, but wisdom is acknowledging it.
Is it acknowledging or is it utilizing it?
Utilizing it.
So wisdom is the app, knowledge is the program. You have to have an app to get something out of it, right? Just that knowledge. I know driving. If you ask me anything in driving, I will get 100 out of 100. But if I sit in front of the steering wheel, I don't know how to, even 1 millimeter it won't go. No use. So that needs to be a way to get the knowledge into a utility. Correct? So that is called wisdom. Ability to discriminate. Discrimination comes from knowledge. But every time I am able to rightly discriminate, then I call that is a wisdom in it. Okay. Then comes, so he is now giving just a overview. Please understand names at least. So first is, he says number one in the list comes NAVV, Nitya Anitya Vastu Viveka. So that Viveka is not just a simple name, it is NAV Viveka. But short form we just call Viveka. Then comes the second one, another V, Mr. Viraga. And how it is called? Iha Amutra Phala Bhoga Viraga. What is the meaning? Iha, here. Amutra, there. Idhar or udhar. Phala Bhoga, enjoyment of the fruit. Viragaha, disassociate. Disassociation of the enjoyment of the fruit here and there. What does that mean? What is here and what is there? What does it mean?
Here, right now, on the earth, as well as in any other lokas, right? I think other lokas also, you don't want swarga, you don't want anything right now. And for any birth or anything, you don't after, you don't want to enjoy the fruit. Meaning here is the material wealth. That is what you should give up.
समझा? मटेरियल छोड़ना है. So I will leave all the material. I will sit and do dhyanam about jealousy. वो चलेगा. Phala means what? First is, what is phala? Phala is a short form of something else.
Phala of the karma of what you're doing.
Karma phala. What does karma phala give?
Rag.
What does karma phala give? How do you experience karma phala?
Prarabdha.
How do you experience karma phala?
Happiness, sadness.
Sukha dukkha. Correct? So sukha ichha, dukkha aniccha. What is this? My desire to enjoy sukha, my desire to enjoy, not to go near dukkha. Correct? So, phala bhoga viraga. I neither want to enjoy sukha, neither want to run away from dukkha. That is viraga. That means sukha or dukkha doesn't matter to me. That means karma bhala, punya or papa doesn't matter to me. Because it is going to fructify. Let it fructify, it doesn't matter to me. Why? I already have the Viveka. I have the Viveka. Nitya Vastu is what I am going to hold on and drop the Anitya Vastu. And Phala Bhoga is a part of Anitya Vastu. Correct or wrong? Okay. So, now this Phala Bhoga, I don't neither want to enjoy Sukha nor want to run away from Dukkha. Okay. So phala bhoga viraga is clear. But where? Phala bhoga, when it comes, how do you know the phala bhoga? Because I have sanchita phala, I have the prarabdha phala. If it is prarabdha phala, iha. If it is sanchita phala, amutra. समझ में आ रहा है अभी? So then you don't have to talk lokas or anything. Post this death, whatever will come is coming from the sanchita. Correct? That is also going to give me a possibility to phala bhoga of sukha and dukkha. If it is in the heaven, sukha. If it is in the naraka, dukkha. You go to naraka to experience pain, right? If you are not going to experience pain, what is the point of going to naraka? Unless you are going to have the enjoyment and pleasure of swarga, why will you go to swarga? That means the phala is going to get exhausted there. So phala bhoga is going to happen. I am neither looking here or later on. Vrishtikamaschinvita amayavi chinvita swargakamaschinvita. None of the required, which Karmakanda tells you will get this. I don't want it at all. आया तो भी मुझे फर्क नहीं गिरेगा. If I have to experience it because of prarabdha, doesn't matter to me. I will experience it because it is the anatma which is a part of following the law of karma. I am not going to be impacted by it. This thought will only give vairagya. Otherwise, I will be away from all the sukha, no problem. But when dukkha comes, I don't know how to handle it. That time I will say, Bhagavan, I kept all the sukha away. Why did you give me this dukkha? That is not acceptable. Because phala bhoga can be sukha phala bhoga or dukkha phala bhoga. Both. And viraga should come both. Iha and amutra. Prarabdha phalena iha sukha dukkha bhoga viraga. Sanchita phalena amutra sukha dukkha phala bhoga viraga. So iha amutrartha sukha phala bhoga viraga. कितना क्लियरली क्लासिफाई करके दे दिया. What is vairagya? That is vairagya. That even if it is there, I am so matured that it is not going to impact me. Okay, right. Then he says the third is Shamadhi. Okay, before that he says Iha Amutra Phala Bhoga Viragaha Tad Anantaram. नित्यवस्तु अनित्यवस्तु विवेकः परिगण्यते आदौ अनन्तरम् इह अमुत्र फल भोगः विरागः तद्. Is it clear? Because if the first one doesn't come, the second is impossible to come. If Viveka is not there, Vairagya is impossible. You can take that. If someone says this person has got Paripurna Vairagya, it automatically means that Paripurna Viveka is there. Otherwise, this Vairagya is impossible. Why? Only when I know Atma and Anatma, I am ready to drop the Anatma and select the Atma using my will. If I don't have the knowledge, I will always use the Anatma which is abundantly available because the Atma is not at all available to me as a common person. Only when I search inside, I come to know there is an Atma also. Otherwise, I consider all the Anatma to be Atma, which is my Mithya, and I start completely enjoying that. Because every object becomes a reason of Sukha or Dukkha. Vishayaha Vishayo Bhavati. Vishayaha, object, Vishayo Bhavati. becomes a poison over a period of time. That is why it is called Vishaya. Vishaya is called Vishaya because it is giving you wish, and I, W-I-S-H, wish for it. See, I wish for wish. I, W-I-S-H, wish for Visha, P-I, poison. And when it comes to me, I call it a Vishaya. Think about it. That's how the meaning is. Words have not come by itself. That is why the word Vishaya itself is given to it. Because it's a wish. Be away from it. Otherwise it is going to kill you. And that is what it does. Kama esha krodha esha rajo guna samudbhavaha mahashano mahapapma vidyehamiha vairinam. Biggest of the enemy. Kama esha krodha esha. That is wish. Vishaya. I wish for it. समझ में आ रहा है? Okay, so ability to discriminate a Vishaya as Nitya or Anitya is first. Then you can exercise your choice. Iha phala bhoga viragaha, amutra phala bhoga viragaha, both together viragaha, and then that is what is anantaram after adau nitya nitya vastu pariganyate. Does it make sense now? Logically? Okay. Now if you have got these two, then he says the third one comes in sequence. Shamadhi shatka sampattihi. Shama adi means etc. So there are 6 ones starting with Shama, and they are 6 in number. That is why Shamadhi Shatka. Okay, Shamadhi Shatka. Then he gives a word called Sampattihi. What is Sampattihi? What is Sampatti? So what do you do to wealth? When there is some wealth, what do you do to that wealth?
Accumulate.
And only accumulate.
And grow it.
Correct. So Sampatti means I first protect it from diminishing, then I do whatever is required to grow it. So the 6 things have to be protected that it doesn't go from me, and it keeps on increasing in the measure. The 6 things what is told, which will come later. Shamadhi Shatka, they are Sampatti. उसे भाई वो गोदरेज का लॉकर में खोल के संभाल के रखना, नहीं तो उस जगह पे इन्वेस्ट करना कि उसका रिटर्न्स बहुत अच्छा आए लेकिन डिमिनिश नहीं होए. So I have to first protect that it doesn't diminish, and then I need to grow it, for which I need to put an effort. Otherwise it will just go off. You know, there is a definition of wealth in Sanskrit. Next time I'll tell you what that shloka is. It says, if there is wealth, it has only 3 end results. Only 3 possibilities are there. 1, you use it. Second, you give it for dhanam. If you don't do the first 2, the third one is 100% sure, which is vinashyati. Either you use it, upabhogaha, at least you have satisfaction that with the wealth I have enjoyed it. Or when you give dhanam, that dhanam will give you punyam, by which it is you are going to benefit out of it. If you don't do this or this, anything else what you do, vinashyati. You will say, no, sir. I have today one more thing which those time people did not know, that we have shares and mutual fund and everything I can put in there and it can grow. I am not utilizing it. Neither I have given it for dhanam, but it is growing. Be sure Vinashyati is pakka. Why? You have anyway not used it. Correct? You have not used it. So upabhoga has not happened. You have not given dhanam. Putting in mutual fund is not dhanam. It is very clearly returns I need. Okay. So now, not only one trouble, you have two troubles. You have the principle and additional what you got in it, together is now sitting with you. You are not done any upabhoga of it. Are you Shashwatam? No, I will die one day. So upabhoga is out of question for me. Then what do I do? किसके लिए मैं करूं? I have my only one. ये सब उसके लिए ही है. Correct? Now that only one is not, he will either do upabhoga of it, but surely will not do dhanam of it. Like that, when it goes from only one to only one to only one to only one, what happens? The person who gets it doesn't have a value for it. So what happens? Vinashyati is certain. That's a reality. How many emperors have built everything and finally what happened? Gone. The whole empire has gone. Then what are we talking about? Our few, some lakhs and crores which is sitting in mutual fund. Gone. I didn't enjoy. My next two generations didn't enjoy. Because my parents hard earned money, how will I enjoy it? Let me also grow. Keep growing it. And then all the fruits are there, it will just fall down and go off. No one has enjoyed the fruit. One day the tree will also go. That is why they say, first of all, don't earn more than what you are going to use. Then the next question is, if you have surplus than that, give. Convert it into your credit card. Punyam credit card. Because that is the card which you can utilize wherever you go. That Vairagya is not there. So you need Amutra, at least something. You need a credit card, Amutra jayega to ye Gandhi's note will not work. वो इधर ही छोड़ के जाना पड़ेगा. I have to convert it to a credit card and take with me. For converting it, you have to pay here. The Gandhiji notes have to be paid here. Then you can convert it. समझ में आ रहा है? So right now start putting your hand into the pocket and start giving who need it. थोड़ा भी सोचना मत कि अरे बाप रे दे दिया, मेरे को क्या है, उसका 10 गुना तुमको आने वाला है. Be sure about it. Because it multiplies and comes. When you start giving, the more and more starts coming. The more and more problem is there, now I have to give, which is a very good habit. Okay, so as money has got only 3 fate, same way, if you want Amutra Phala Bhoga Viragaha, Dhanam is very much required here. Here, if I don't have that viraga for that money, what am I talking of? Amutra phala bhoga viraga. बोलते ना, अंदर का हवा जाने का पहला चाबी नहीं छोड़ूंगा. है कि नहीं? वो कभी जाने वाले बन, लेकिन जाते जाते चाबी में पकड़ लूंगा. बाद में दे विल ओपन द हैंड एंड टेक द की. वो करने दो, लेकिन मैं जाने तक मेरे पास ये चाबी है. Learn to give. Happily give. Why? You are only the custodian of whatever is coming. Nothing is owned by us. सब करता धरता बोलने के लिए लेकिन पकड़ के हम रखते हैं, है कि नहीं? भगवान से ज्यादा वो गुरुजी है ना, वो पंडित, वो सबसे बदमाश है। भगवान कुछ नहीं करते, पंडित बदमाश है। वैसे देने वाला कुछ नहीं किया, ये पंडित जो है पकड़ के रखा है सब, उसने दिया है बोल के। समझ में आ रहा है? तो पंडित का काम है देने का, क्योंकि अपना खुद का है ही नहीं। तो जब आना है आएगा। एंड दैट्स हाउ विरागः विल स्टार्ट। लिटिल लिटिल में कुछ आज एक 10 रुपया देने का 4 बार सोचूंगा। वाई? दैट टाइम वी विल रिमेंबर भगवत गीता, दातव्यमिति यद्दानं दीयते अनुपकारिणे देशे काले च पात्रे च तद्दानं सात्विकं स्मृतम्। Oh, I follow Bhagavad Gita. That 10 rupee if I have to give to a beggar, I have to think. Why? I have to first check whether this person is going to drink liquor or will that person eat food. So I will think, no, let me not give this 10 rupees. बोल के उसका तो लिवर को बचा दिया, अपना बुद्धि को भ्रष्ट कर दिया। थिंक। समझ में आ रहा है? पहला देने का सीखो, देन यू कैन थिंक वेयर टू गिव। जब देना ही नहीं है तो ये सब बहाना साइड पे, बिकॉज वो बुद्धि को भ्रष्ट करने वाला बहाना है और कुछ नहीं है। ओके, सो इहामुत्र फलभोग विराग विल नॉट कम सो इजीली। A lot of effort is required internally to give. Correct? बोलते ना, बच्चा पैदा होता है ऐसा, हम बूढ़े होके मरते तो भी ऐसा, तभी तो ऐसा मरो। पैदा हुआ तो ऐसा, हर बच्चा ऐसा ही आता है, लेकिन इतना तो वैराग्य आना चाहिए कि मरते टाइम ऐसा ही। नहीं तो बोलेगे ऐसा, ये मालूम है ना दिस जोक, अंगुष्ठा तर्जनी योग। देयर वाज अ पर्सन whose hand was like this, so ये फिंगर का नीचे ये कुछ नहीं, लाला जी गुजर गया है, क्योंकि जिंदा था तो ऐसा करता था, दैट्स ऑल। लाला जी मर गए, मतलब नहीं है उसका। ऐसा है तो ऐसा देख के वी शुड बी रेडी टू डाई लाइक दिस, देन वैराग्य कम्स। दैट थॉट शुड बी देयर दैट वी नीड टू गिव, we need to give. If I don't give now, then what? Now who will take care of me at the old age? If you give, there will be thousands to take care of you. 1,000 people will take care of you. If you don't give, you have only the money, but no one is there to take care of you. Be sure of that. And that money is also useless after that. Everything works properly. That is a law of nature. Give, you get more. You get it in multiple. मालूम ही नहीं पड़ता कितना मिलता है, देते जाओ। Okay, that has to be it's a thought, it's a habit we have to create. And earlier it was a very clear rule. Earnings, after paying your taxes, 10% of that earning should be for dana, minimum 10. भले तुम्हारे पास खुद के लिए पैसा है या नहीं, अगर समझो मेरा 100 रुपया है, उसमें से 40 रुपया गया, मेरा खर्चा 60 रुपया है, फिर भी मैं 10 रुपया निकाल के रखने के बाद 50 में ही अपना खर्चा संभालूंगा, क्योंकि 10 देना ही है। इट इज, बोलते ना, होम लोन का प्रीमियम ईएमआई वो डेट को कट जाता है, वैसा ये दानम का ईएमआई कटना चाहिए। वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट है। और वो टाइम पे किधर कट रहा है, एटीजी मिलने वाला है, देखिए तो धन्यवाद, देन द होल पर्पस इज डिफीटेड। समझ में आ रहा है? Are we able to get the logic of why it is? And so he says, once you know what is iha vastu, what is nitya vastu and anitya, then you will not be behind that anitya money. You will go behind nitya vastu. You are ready to give up that anitya vastu. जितना जल्दी मेरे से छूट जाते जाने दो भाई. इसका ये मतलब नहीं कि सब कुछ दे के आज कंगाल बनो. नो, but have that heart to give. Cultivate. It needs to be cultivated. It doesn't come naturally. We need to have targets for it. ये साल में मैं इतना पैसा तो दान में देने वाला हूं, देने वाली हूं. Keep target. Then you will find out sources where to give. But if a target itself is not there, then someone comes or there is a situation that you have to pay. इतना देना है क्या? और भी कम, और भी कम. Why? अनात्म वस्तु पे अपना डिजायर है, मनी पे डिजायर है. आत्म वस्तु कहां से आएगा? दैट इज ओनली फॉर 8 to 9 o'clock क्लास. आत्म वस्तु चप्पल डाला खत्म. अभी चप्पल का भी जरूरत नहीं है ना. फिजिकल क्लास में दैट वाज देयर. नाउ वी हैव टू चेंज. वो एंड दबा दिया या लीव दबा दिया तो खत्म. आर वी एबल टू गेट इट? नो, इट इज अ रिफ्लेक्शन ऑफ अस. दे रहे हो तो बहुत अच्छा है, और दो. नहीं दे रहे तो शुरू करो, छोटा छोटा शुरू करो. बिकॉज यू नीड टू डेवलप. बोलते ना, थोड़ा थोड़ा करके डेवलप करना पड़ता है. बिकॉज यू हैव टू फाइट योर इंटरनल. बिकॉज द होल वर्ल्ड इज ओनली टेलिंग दैट हाउ टू ग्रो योर ओन मनी एंड कीप इट टू योर सेल्फ. And we are going to be one outside of that, saying that I don't want to grow the money, but I want to give up what I have. Okay, and it requires a lot of courage. It requires a lot of inner conviction that I have to do. इतना मुझे करना है. किधर करना है वो सब बाद में. The moment you decide a target, you will find out where you have to give. But a target is necessary. And the moment you achieve the target, you see the happiness what you have got. I have done this done. I put some effort and given it. Where how they use it is not my concern. Not at all my concern. First, let me learn to give. Then once giving becomes a habit, then whether you are giving it to a right place or wrong place or all that is next. समझ में आ रहा है? So we have to first learn to give. And only when you give, then iha bhoga viragaha, amutra bhoga viragaha. Why that viraga comes? Because of the conviction that atma vastu viveka, I don't need anatma vastu. Anatma vastu is an enabler. It is a support to me. It is not a must to me. I need money for my living, which is perfectly okay. But I don't need only money for my living. Big difference. Okay, so we need to start giving. Right. Then Shamadhi Shatka Sampattihi Mumukshutvam Sputam. So जो संपत्ति हम अनात्म वस्तु में रख के संपत्ति समझ रहे, उसको बैंक का लॉकर से बाहर निकाल के दे दो. और जो असली संपत्ति है, समाधि षटक संपत्ति, उसे संभाल के ग्रो करो. अनित्य वस्तु को हम संभाल के ग्रो कर रहे, आत्म वस्तु को हम छोड़ रहे. ये हमारा विवेक है. नहीं, उल्टा करो. अनित्य वस्तु को जो संपत्ति बोल के समझ रहे, उसको बाहर निकाल के छोड़ो, और जो एक्चुअल संपत्ति है उसको संभाल के रखो और ग्रो करो. डज इट मेक सेंस? नो लॉजिक? देखो कैसा क्लियरली लिखा है, स्टेप बाय स्टेप. ऐसा कोई भी सिखाएगा नहीं. इतना दयालु हमारे टीचर्स है कि एग्जैक्टली हमें बता रहे क्या करना है. राइट? ये अगर 3 चीज आया, then only the 4th one will come in place, which is मोक्षुत्व. मोक्षो में भूयात. मोक्ष मतलब कितना दिन तक ये सब में जकड़ा रहना चाहिए. आई डोंट वांट नित्य वस्तु, आई डोंट वांट अनित्य वस्तु, आई डोंट वांट एनीथिंग. I want to be eternally free. Why? I am that Nitya Vastu. That pain which I am suffering in every janma, I don't want it. Moksho me bhuyat iti tivra ichha. I want to just be free. I want to get out. Get out means what? Not die and come again. This sorry go round से मुझे बाहर निकालना है. वो मेरी गो राउंड नहीं है. पुनरपि जननम पुनरपि मरणम पुनरपि जननी जठरे शयनम इह संसारे बहु दुस्तारे. वापस वापस आके वही गंदगी में कितना बार है कि नहीं? Just imagine if I say that, do you want to be that cockroach sitting in the gutter janma after janma? It's like, correct? Like that only jnanis are saying that these cockroaches are sitting in this gutter janma after janma. And they are not even realizing that they are cockroaches sitting in the gutter. समझ में आ रहा है? Then that vairagya starts. I don't want it. मुझे सुख भी नहीं चाहिए, दुख भी नहीं चाहिए, कुछ नहीं चाहिए. I want to be free from all this. Why? बंधकत्वम, अतृप्तिकरत्वम, दुख मिश्रितत्वम. Why should I need this anatma stuff? It has got 3 problems sitting. बोलते हैं ना, शादी एक ही लड़की से हुआ, लेकिन you got so many in-laws. वैसा एक ही विषय के साथ प्यार हुआ, साथ में ये 3 फ्री आ गए. हर चीज में ऐसे ही फ्री आते जा रहे 3. Then if I don't want, ये विषय ही नहीं मिलते, जाने दो भाई. That means जो है वो विषय को भी निकालो और नया विषय मत लो. This needs practical action, not just mentally or knowledge or reason understanding. No, it has to be acted upon. जब वो जाता है ना, पहला दुख होएगा, 4 बार जाने के बाद दुख कम होएगा, फिर 5वां बार गया तो एक सुख और एक सुगुन मिलता है. वो आने तक we have to pass through it. Make sense? Right? चलो. So mumukshutvam iti sphutam. That's what it says, right? Now he is going to explain what are each of these in detail, which starts from the 10th shloka. Brahma satyam jagan mithya ityeva rupam vinishchayaha soyam nitya nitya vastu vivekaha samudahritaha, which we will see it in the next class. Okay. Acha, next class, next Saturday, there won't be a class. I will be traveling. Subsequent Saturday, we will have a class. Okay. So next one, there is no class. That is 20th or 21st, whatever that date is. There is no class. Okay, in the evening. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Namaskar. Dhanyavada.